Our last section for rates, unit rates, and proportions involves word problems that will require us to come up with our own proportion. So let me show you what we're dealing with here. Shayna reduced the size of a photo to a height of 4 inches. What is the new width if it was originally 8 inches tall and 4 inches wide? Okay, so we're talking about the height and width of pictures. So we've got height and width. And you're going to see me do this on all 6 problems. I'm going to write a fraction that has nothing to do with the problem, or nothing to do with my solution, I should say, but it tells me what order I'm going to build my proportion. So my proportion, she reduced the size of a photo to a height of 4 inches. When the height is 4, we don't know the width. So I'm going to leave that as the variable w. We do know that originally it was 8 inches tall, so originally it had a height of 8 inches, and it had a width of 4 inches. We have to create our proportions. But now we can solve this no problem. Cross multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. W times 8 is 8W. Divide both sides by 8, and we get 2 for the 2 equals W. Now it's a word problem, so we shouldn't just end with that. We should say that the width is 2 inches. Number 20, a triangle is 4 centimeters wide and 2 centimeters tall. Okay, so we're talking about how wide and how tall something is. So it's 4 wide and 2 tall. It's now enlarged, and it now has a width of 12. What we don't know is how tall it is. So it starts off as being 4 wide and 2 tall. We make it bigger. It's now 12 wide, and we don't know how tall. Cross multiply. 4 times t is 4t. 2 times 12 is 24. Divide both sides by 4. T is equal to 6. 6 what? 6 centimeters. Word problem. Number 21. The money used in China is called the yuan. The exchange rate is 8 yuan for $1. So we have yuan and we have dollars. We know that we get 8 yuan for $1. We want to know how many yuan, so we don't know that, we would get if we exchange $3. Cross multiply. 8 times 3 is 24. 1 times y is y. We have the answer. We would get 24 yuan. At this point, I invite you to take a pause, try 22, 23, and 24, then come back and see how you did. For number 22, we are talking about francs and dollars. Francs is the money used in Switzerland. So we have francs and dollars. The exchange rate is 4 francs for $3. The question is, how many dollars would we need if we exchanged 16 francs? Now, I'm not going to use the dollar symbol as a variable. I am going to use D for dollars. Cross multiplying, we get 4D equals 3 times 16, which is 48. We'll divide both sides by 4 to get D is equal to 12. So we would get $12 if we exchanged 16 francs. In 23, we're doing more money conversion. We're converting simony, which is the money in Tajikistan. So we're doing simony to dollars. We know that the rate is 3 simony for $1, which I should write that in the other color. We want to know how many dollars we'd receive if we exchanged 12 simony. So this is another we don't know D. Cross multiply. 3D equals 12. Divide both sides by 3, and D equals 4. So the answer is $4. Finally, number 24, a rectangle is 12 inches wide and 18 inches tall. So we're doing wide and tall. 12 wide to 18 tall. If it is reduced to a height of 3 inches, then how wide will it be? I don't know the width. Cross multiply. 12 times 3 is 36. 18 times W is 18W. Divide both sides by 18. That works out nicely. W is equal to 2. 2 what? 2 inches. Now I just want to point something out, even though all the problems are now completed. And that is, it does not matter what order you choose to set up the original fraction. So, and what I mean by that is this guy that I'm writing on the edges. It does not matter if you set it up that way or if you flip them. What matters is that you're consistent. If you choose in, say, number 21, to put dollars over yuan instead, that's fine, but you have to then flip both of your fractions. So you would have $1 over 8 yuan equals $3 over we don't know how many yuan. The problem will solve out the same way in the end. So does the order matter? Yes and no. It doesn't matter in which manner you choose to compare the two things originally, but once you make that decision, it absolutely matters. You must be consistent throughout the problem.